everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm trying something a little different today. I'm just going to be doing a voiceover, and I'm also just going to be focusing on the eyes for this look because I think my skin routine is really the same as it usually is. So I will list everything that I've used in the description box, but we are just going to focus on eyes. Today I've done this kind of spotlight eye with a glittery liner, some lovely lashes, and it's using the ABH Prism palette. So if you want to see how I did it, then please just keep on watching. Bye guys! So this is of course the Prism palette, and you can see mine is very well loved. I actually do use this palette in real life. So this is the shade Unity, and I'm going to start running this through my crease, and I also take it almost all the way up to my brow bone on my ABH A12 brush. It's not really showing up on camera, it's just a very pale, almost skin colour. Then I'm going in with the shade Eden. This is on the same brush actually, the ABH A12, and I'm putting that in the same place in the crease, and I'm also taking it up quite high above my crease, and I'm also smoking it right out to the outer corner along the edge of that sellotape that I've already got down. So I've switched over to my ABH A25, which is a slightly more precise and smaller crease brush, and I've dipped into the shade Saturn, and I'm putting that exactly where I put Eden. But I'm not going to take it up quite as high, and I'm not going to take it up quite as long towards the end of my brow. I'm just going to build up that colour in the crease because I want a really nice warm crease, and this shade is just perfect. I don't think these shadows take more blending than any other palette. I think this is a big improvement from the Subculture palette. I think you can see that in the way they do blend out better. I've just taken my original A12 and I've dipped back into Unity, and I'm just making sure that everything's super blended. Going in with a lighter shade over darker shades will really help to blend them back and make everything look a lot more seamless. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm taking the second darkest shade in the palette. This is the shade Parallel. It's a deep brown on this Real Techniques brush. I don't actually know the name of it, but I'll link it in the description box down below. And I'm popping that in my crease, and I'm not taking that too high. And I'm just starting to wing that up along the edge of the sellotape and joining it onto kind of the top part of my crease there. On that same brush I'm using the shade Obsidian, which is the black. This black is nowhere near as good as the single shade they do in Noir, but it's fine for this look, so I'm not wanting anything too intensely black, and I'm just popping that in the crease on that same brush like I said. This is just going to add a really nice amount of depth to the look. On my A25 brush, I've mixed the shades Parallel and Saturn, and I'm just going across the edge of where that black is because I just want it to be super blended and no harsh lines, but I also don't want to take that black up too high. So yeah, I'm just using that A25 to just make sure everything's super seamless. Here I've gone back in with the shade Obsidian on a small pencil brush. I'm putting that on the outer corner and the inner corners to deepen them up. And I also decided the other eye needed to be a little bit darker, so I've just gone ahead and added a little bit extra on the inner corner. But this is just going to help start with our spotlight effect. This is perhaps one of the trickier aspects of this kind of look, where you have to put the concealer down for a base for your spotlight. It's something that I really do spend quite a lot of time on, trying to make sure the concealer is fairly blended at the edges into your eyeshadow before you even start trying to blend eyeshadow on top, if that makes any sense. So I've just popped it all over my kind of lid space, and now I'm taking it far above my crease because I have small hooded eyes. So if I want it to stand out, I need to bring it up quite high. This is the Real Techniques contour brush, the Real Techniques detail brush, and I'm using the new Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer just to cut my crease. So just spend a bit of time making that shape nice and also kind of blending the edges into your eyeshadow, just so that it makes easier blending on top, if that makes any sense. I don't know, I hope so. So I'm using that same Real Techniques detail brush, and I'm using the shade Eternal, and I'm going to pat that all over where I've put the concealer. I did go in dry to the shade because my setting spray was in my drawer and I couldn't be bothered getting it. But it does work better when it's wet, but it is applying really nicely on top of the concealer and it is standing out. So just pat that all over the concealer and just cover it all up. And because I want the centre of my eye to be the brightest to really make that spotlight effect even better, I've just gone in with the shade Pyramid on the same brush, and I'm just popping that kind of in the very centre of my lid, just to bring a bit more brightness there, and it also just adds a bit more kind of interest to the look, doesn't it? I'm just kind of patting that on. So now I'm starting my blending to make everything really seamless and nice. I've first of all dipped into the shade Parallel, which is the warm brown, and I'm patting that inner corner and outer corner on a pencil brush and just starting to blend. Next I'm going to move into the shade Eden, which is that kind of lightest peachy tone, and I'm going to pop that nearer the centre of my spotlight eye. And I'm doing a lot of patting and very small kind of blending movements so that I'm not kind of moving everything around too much. It's where I place it is where I want to keep it, so that's what I'm kind of doing here. And it's just a case of going in with these different tones and blending them together until you're happy with how it looks. And here I've dipped back into Obsidian, which is the black, and I'm just popping that very inner corner, very outer corner, just to keep the depth on the very outer corners looking good, and then the brightest part in the inside of the eye. Now I'm dipping into the ABH Waterproof Cream colour in Jet, and I'm going to use this as the base of my glitter eyeliner. This is really nice and black, I like it a lot. So here I'm just using a nail art brush. I get them on eBay for about £1 for a pack of 10. I'm going along the edge of the tape to create a really sharp wing, and then I'm just going to fill it all in all the way down to my inner corner. I kind of cut it out by accident by using the palette as a mirror, but if you don't know how to do eyeliner, there's a million good tutorials on YouTube already on how to do it. I'm not going to be the best person to teach you because I'm not that good myself. I'm now going to change my wing into a glitter wing using Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in Distortion, and this stuff is gorgeous. I was saying this stuff is gorgeous before my editing software cut me off. But anyway, it really is. I do feel though not much product comes out on the wand when you dip it, so I have to redip quite a few times, which you'll see me do here. And I'm just going to completely cover everywhere that I put that black liner, and it's going to take a few layers to make it really kind of stand out, but I'm just going to keep popping that on until I feel everything is covered up really nicely. And the tape's really good, so you can be really messy at that outer corner and not worry about making a mess on your face, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to keep kind of piling that on, inner corner to outer corner. Now for the fun part, pulling off the tape. Just do it a little bit gently so you're not tugging your eye too much. Ooh, look at that crisp line. And now I'm going to take a makeup wipe and I'm just going to wipe up all of the fallout, which there is quite a lot with this palette. Not more than Subculture, not anywhere near Subculture, but a substantial amount of fallout that needs clearing up. And just going across that line really gently so that I don't smudge it, because that would just be a disaster and I would not be happy with myself. Just using any old mascara now just to put on my lashes as a base before I apply my false lashes. I find it easier this way because then my false lashes have something to kind of sit on while they're drying on my eyes and getting tacky, so that's why I do this first. I'm just applying my lashes here with a pair of Primark pointy tweezers, and these are the Girls with Attitude Mythical lashes. I place the center on first, and then I play with the outer corner, really pull it into place where I want it, and then I move on to the inner corner, and I kind of look down slightly into a mirror, and then I go along the kind of into my eye with my tweezers, if you know what I mean, and I clamp my false lashes and my real lashes together like you can see here. It looks a bit scary, but trust me, I never hurt myself. I'm very careful around my eyeballs, of course. And I do that on the inner corner as well, and I just feel it helps everything kind of mesh together. I forgot to say I did use that glitter just along the top of my cut crease to add a really thin line, just at the top, but I did forget to film it. Sorry. I also found this part hard to film because my eyeliner was running out of juice, but this is an Ico Black Magic Liner, and I'm just using it to create like a triangle in my inner corner to give that like super kind of sexy cat eye. There is good tutorials online for this, which I'll link below. And then I used a pencil brush and smudged a little bit of obsidian on my bottom outer corner and put on black eyeliner just in my waterline, and that is the finished look. Don't know what that was, I'm sorry. I really like how this came out. I do like my skin and everything else as well. I think altogether it looks really, really cool, and I love that glitter on top of the eyeliner. Of course, I will link all of the products that I've used on my face down below, but of course this is mainly about the eyes because I've never really just focused on eyes before. Ooh, and zooming out to my cool look, I'm not naked, I am wearing a t-shirt. You plump that hair up and adjust your camera. Let me finish on me looking nice and not adjusting myself. If you did like this video, please give it a like and please subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'm going to stop awkwardly posing and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!